What is that? 12, 13 degrees. A little bit of an east wind today. Southeast, whatever that is. Geez, that's a nice view over there, isn't it? Colors are all nice. Still some leaves left on the trees. There's Daryl Ford down there, going home to lunch. So I left the tractor down there yesterday. I was blocking up a load that I took home. And I blew a hose in this thing, got it fixed. So now I'm gonna take the rest of it off. Most of this I could put right in the trailer probably. Getting cool, like the wind kind of changed. It's a real south now. Anyway, yesterday I was having a hard time getting the right 16-inch cut. Sometimes they're 15, sometimes they're don't usually go longer than 16 inches, but I was gonna buy one of those magnetic things to put on here. It's gonna take a couple weeks to get here. So I had one of my little marker flags and I just drilled a hole in here and wrapped it around and hung some black tape on it. And that's 16 inches from there to the inside of that tape. And then if I'm cutting this way, it's 16 inches from here to the end of that. So I got this off the internet. That was a good idea. This one was my idea. But normally what I'll do, see that's a 20-inch bar. Normally I'll use my 16-inch bar on this saw and I'll just put the nose of it down and measure it. Anyway, I'm gonna finish it off with this. All right, so that's done. Some of them little small ones. I leave the odd one because there's these little buggers, especially that big saw. If you catch it, it'll fire it right back in your shins. So sometimes when they get down in small pieces, I'll just leave them till I get an area cleaned up that I can walk. Clean up some of this junk. Now, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna bring the splitter down. Split up whatever I need to, and smaller stuff goes in there. Doesn't take long to get warmed up when you're doing some work. So I've been at it for about 15 minutes. Some of these with the knots on them, they're bastards to split. Like I couldn't split this one. My hydraulic one would split it if I had it. Anyway, this doesn't do too bad. If it's nice looking stuff like that, it'll split that no problem. I'm just curious to see how long it's going to take me. It's about 20 after 3 I started. A lot of that stuff was very I bet you some of them blocks for 100 pounds. Anyway, that load is ready to go. And some of them were getting stuck in there. What a hell of a job. They're twisted. If there's any knots or any twist in it, you got to hammer it 3 or 4 or 5, 6 times. Anyway, so that took 2 hours to split. So that's about what my average is usually. It's usually an hour to split and an hour to block per cord. So there's 2 cord there, and it took me 2 hours to split it. And I blocked it yesterday. I don't think it took me 2 hours yesterday to block it. All right, that's done.